So life can sometimes come at us at the moments that we're supposed to be the most joyful. And that's what happened to my friend here, Alicia Harris, who is the founder of Journi for Two, a nonprofit here in Tampa. So thank you so much for coming. I can't wait to hear more of your
Thank you
story.
for having me.
I want you to briefly explain how you got to this place where you started Journi for Two. Where is that passion coming from with this nonprofit?
It kind of started off with this COVID love story. Me and my husband met during COVID. He proposed within a few months of meeting me, and everything just felt right at the time. Kind of got married 6 months after he proposed, and then 3 months after that, I found out that I was pregnant.
Oh,
When I got pregnant, I kind of had morning sickness for the first few months, really bad, and I was like, wow, this pretty bad. Like I was like throwing up water, just
oh,
everything.
that's the worst.
And then I went for a checkup. And during that checkup, they were like, let me examine you. Do you mind if I also examine your breast? And I said, of course. And during the exam, she's like, I think I feel a little something there that you might want to get checked out. Honestly, really didn't think too much into it. I had implants. So I'm like, it's probably something with my implant. I just recently had got them switched out. And I said, oh, it's probably something with that. And
Yeah.
then, with pregnancy, your boobs get bigger and all of
Yeah.
that. So I was like, probably nothing. And she didn't really sound too concerned. So I went home. I don't even think I really mentioned it to my husband. I kind of just put it on the fridge and I was like, you know what? I might get around to it. But I really wasn't pressed to do it. Like another week or two passed by and I went to the kitchen and I looked at the fridge to get something out of the fridge and the paper literally fell. And the way it fell, it kind of just like this, like right in front of my face.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I was
That's
like,
weird.
let me go and get this checked out. Did a sonogram, and then I guess with the sonogram, they said that, okay, we need to do a biopsy. And
Mm.
so that's when it got a little scary because I'm like, you want to do a biopsy
Yeah,
on a pregnant woman,
that
so
is.
then you might have some concern for the reason why you want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's when I was started to be like, oh my gosh, praying
And the
that it was
worst. Yeah,
nothing.
thinking the worst.
After they got the biopsy, even during the biopsy, it was like, we're going to take a little extra. And I was like, okay.
That's gotta be so
Yeah, so
nerve-wracking.
it was nerve-wracking. And they came back with the results and they ended up saying that I did have breast cancer. We both were just,
Yeah.
completely taken back. My husband was a lot calmer than me. He's a pastor's son, so he's really strong in his faith. So
Yeah.
he was like, God got this, and me, I'm like, I know he got this, but this is like
Yeah, but this is a lot.
scary.
Yeah.
So that's when I kind of just, went on the hunt for finding the right doctor with the right plan that we kind of thought kind of fit us.
Yeah. So from there, I'm assuming that that has to be so hard when you are pregnant and you're supposed to be enjoying this awesome time where
Yeah.
you're carrying this child and you're so feeling so blessed, and all of a sudden you're hit with this news. So when you're pregnant, how do you then heal and recover from cancer? Is it something they have to wait until after the baby comes out, or how does that work?
You would think so. And that's really what I wanted. I wanted to just get the baby here and then do the treatments. But because I found out, like when I was around 4 months, and when you're pregnant, your hormones are kind of go crazy.
Yeah.
So they were worried about it because it's a hormone positive cancer. So when
Yeah.
you're pregnant, it just can grow a lot faster.
Yeah.
So they wanted to work on everything and get everything treatment as quickly as possible. So they said that we have to do surgery. We can't really wait on that. I think did the surgery like maybe a month after I found out. So I was about like 5.5 months when I did
Mm,
the surgery, which was scary
very
because
scary.
you
Yeah.
know, they had to move quick
Yeah.
with that too because to put you under, they had to open you up while you're pregnant, and there's a risk of losing that as well.
Yeah.
Even a doctor suggested like, they're going to tell you can possibly get rid of this pregnancy.
Mm.
And thank goodness I didn't listen to that.
Yes. Thank God.
So, of course, we didn't listen to that, but we met a doctor that was completely on board with keeping the baby, that it can be done. And he actually had somebody that he treated that was pregnant a month before me.
Wow.
So I found this girl from a Facebook. When I found out I was pregnant with cancer, I searched the web and found out like a group that they had for pregnant women with cancer.
Is it rare? Is it something that happens more often than we know?
It happens a little more often than we know, but it is still rare.
Well, I know, like, as silly as it sounds, I had teeth issues after I had a baby. Like, that your hormones are so crazy that it can cause certain ailments that
Yeah.
are weird to happen in your body.
Yes.
And so I could see where, estrogen and hormones and breast tissue, how that could be a thing.
Yes. Your body, like men have it easy. They don't know how well they have it because one of my kids, I had Bell's palsy, like half of my face went paralyzed. Like
Wow.
the craziest stuff
Oh my
happened while you're
goodness.
pregnant. So we go through a lot to give
Yeah.
birth.
No, I get it. So you have your baby
Mhm.
and tell us her name.
While I was pregnant, I just kept saying, while on this journey,
Mm.
on this journey, on this journey. And I have two boys and I named them with the J's. So I said, I want a J name. I know I definitely want a J name. And I said Journey like
Yeah,
every day. And I was like, Journey.
that's so
And
pretty.
so I told my husband, I was like, I want to name her Journey. That's the name. And he's like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. But he's like, you went through enough. Whatever you want to name her, I'm fine with. So
Oh,
it grew on him. He loved it. He loves it now. We spelled it with an I instead of a Y.
so you are cancer free.
Yes, I
Amen
am.
to that. It's something that you still probably want to keep up with, of course. Like I know that
Oh,
anytime you
yeah,
have
you
any
have
kind of health,
to.
yeah, especially with cancer, for what I've heard, I have not had cancer, so it was important for me to have somebody on that has had cancer. You can speak to that more than I can. So I can imagine during that journey, no pun intended, that you were going through a lot of hurt and pain and days that maybe felt bad, and felt
Yeah.
unfair. Was there a moment in that time that you felt like it was an aha moment, like an overcomer moment that you were like,
Yes.
wow, like this is it, like God has me?
I think that time came when I heard her cry. When I heard her cry, I just broke down. I was like, God, thank you so much.
You're gonna make me cry. I'm like, ooh.
Because, going through all of that and her surviving with me, it's like we both had
Yeah.
this unbreakable bond already. It was that aha moment that I wanted to turn my pain into purpose. I just let go and I was like, you have to trust God. He has a plan. That I know what these women are going through and
Yeah.
what they are feeling.
You go from this moment of feeling like, man, this is cruel, this is not fair, and then suddenly she's here, she's healthy. It's almost like you're going to appreciate that love so much more. That that's a beautiful part of, God and how he restores this beautiful journey. As you said, there's some bumps in the road and then
Yeah.
he turns it into something beautiful. With that, something more amazing happened. There was another birth. I keep with the
Yes.
pun. I keep having all these puns. There was another birth of her nonprofit. And
Yes.
so please tell us about what you're doing for women that are maybe going through cancer or pregnancy issues or things like that.
I started Journey for Two. I'm sure you can see where I came up with that name. For all the mothers out there that are battling cancer and at any age, because if I would have waited till they're 40, like they suggested to get like checked, I was 37 when I was diagnosed, and I just wanted to create a space and a place where other women, because while I was pregnant and going through this, I noticed like on some chats that some others were battling cancer alone. Their husbands ended up leaving them
Oh my
and
gosh.
divorcing them, and some of them were single moms.
Wow.
Even during my own journey, I noticed there were things that were missing that I wish that were available to me. Even though I did have a great support system after I found out I was pregnant, and then when I was diagnosed with cancer, my doctor, my gynecologist dropped me because they said this is way too high risk. They couldn't handle it. And I had to search through Tampa. Like I called every single doctor in Tampa, and nobody would take me on as their patient.
That's horrible.
So I had to literally have a doctor that I know post this on social media to her doctor's group saying, listen, I have a friend who's pregnant with cancer and needs a doctor to help take care of her and her baby. So we actually, this is where our journey began with Journi. Like we had to give birth in St. Pete because that was the only place that would take us.
Wow.
I wish I had more women that I can speak with. I
Yeah.
did have one girl, like I said, that was in the area that was also pregnant with cancer that I was blessed to be connected with her and she connected me with the doctors that I met. So I said, I want more of that. Like I want to create a nonprofit, a place where they can not only get support, some of them need financial support.
Yeah.
Some of them need help with daycare. So who's going to watch their kid while they go to treatment? Some of
Yeah.
them don't have cars. There's many different things that I feel like we're missing for me and other women that I've seen that I said I want to be able to start implementing that and start offering that to women. So that's how Journey for Two started. I'm very excited to where it's going.
Yeah.
And
And it's a unique niche. Like it's something that I've never heard of. So it already makes you a unique nonprofit, like, but in the best way. So what are some of the resources or things that you offer with your nonprofit for these ladies?
we just started a couple months ago, so we are starting off small. Our first program, we're putting together baskets for moms, and it's like a basket of hope. I basically customize it to fit the needs of the mom. Not all are pregnant, so we're helping all moms with all types of cancer, not just breast cancer. Not just in Tampa, we are reaching out to and sending these baskets in different states. They have radiation. I put like the radiation cream, things to help them through chemo. Maybe I would put like the headscarves. I would
That's
put
amazing.
stuff for the baby, which that's what they usually love the most. Like,
Yeah.
wow, you sent me diapers and wipes
Yes.
and onesies and all of this stuff. So I'd put a custom basket, send that to them. Locally, we're offering like a free photo shoot to the moms so they can capture
Awesome.
those moments and memories.
Yeah.
I own a beauty business, so we're giving them a free makeover. Plan is to, on a bigger scale, start creating more awareness of screenings that are safe during pregnancy and after pregnancy because I feel like those are the times where people really misdiagnose things and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's just part of pregnancy or oh. And some of these women that I'm finding, they don't find out till their baby's one or two.
Yeah.
And they actually were pregnant probably with cancer, but now that they found out they're stage 3 and 4 because they were
Yeah.
missing those
And I think
steps.
too, when you are a certain age, I feel like sometimes it's looked at like, no, you're too young for that.
Yeah.
And I know even with hormones, I have went to go get hormones checked in my late 20s. I had 3 kids by my late 20s. They're like, oh, you're too young for that. Well, come to find out, it wasn't, I wasn't too young. So I had to get a second opinion.
Always get a second opinion because if I would have went with the first opinion for one of my doctors, I may not have had Journey. If you feel like something is wrong with you, I would say definitely go get it checked out. Push them to say, I know my body and I know something's wrong and get yourself checked. Like you said, the craziest things happen when you're
Yeah.
pregnant. Stuff that could have been laying dormant kind of awakens when you're pregnant.
The last question I have, if you could give the advice to a person who is coming to you and saying, I have cancer, whether they're pregnant or not, what are some words of encouragement you would give her?
I would say don't give up hope, stay positive, and think of the bigger picture outside of what you're going through. And that's kind of what I did. I said, there's a reason for everything. I'm going to get on the other side of it and realize what I'm going through it and kind of just put your faith in God and know that He will bring you through this.
That's the awesome thing about God. He can
Mhm.
take the thing that was meant to destroy you, what the enemy brought into your life, and he can turn it into not just you being healed, but now you're helping other women that honestly I've never heard of anything like this. Because of you and what you went through, you now are going to help so many people. If someone wants to give back to your nonprofit, what's a way that they can do that?
Definitely check out our website. There's a few ways on the website that you can give. We also have events that I have coming up. We also have an Amazon store where I have a wish list for the moms where you can purchase things to put in the baskets.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for being here with us today. Make sure you go check out Journey for Two. Go to the website, see how you can help and be a blessing.